Hey friends, Miss Humphrey here. Today we will begin Module 4, Once Upon a Time. Let's take a look at this quote by Roald Dahl. No book ever ends when it's full of your friends. What do you think that quote means? Great job, I agree. So when we read books, our imagination can go wild, and we can learn to connect with characters in the books that we read. Sometimes we can learn lessons from them, other times we can just join them on their adventures. But either way, when our book is done, we'll often think about what we've just read over and over and over again, and so that book continues to stay fresh in our minds. I also think that when we read a good book is worth sharing. And so I think that this is kind of also talking about how we share good books with our friends, and that book just lives on and on and on in our conversations and in our minds. Our essential question for Module 4 is, what lessons can we learn from the characters in stories? Oh my goodness, friends, I have learned so many lessons from characters that I have met in the stories that I've read. I've also sometimes just found myself relating to them and just imagining my adventures with them. Let's take a look at this video to help us get excited about what we're going to learn in Module 4.
Once upon a time, two young explorers, Darisha and Dev, set off for a ride in their hot air balloon. The wind was powerful and blew them all the way to Africa.
Land ho!
They floated down for a closer look and came face to face with a lion and a snake.
Yum!
Growled the lion. Hissed the snake.
Wait!
Darisha shouted, thinking fast.
If you don't eat us, we'll read you a story.
A story? What's so great about a story?
Darisha was so excited she forgot her fear.
Stories take you on adventures that are like dreams come true. People have been telling them since ancient times, and everyone loves them.
But what kind of story will you tell?
Hissed the snake.
Whatever kind you'd like.
Dev said quickly.
There are many versions of stories about great heroes. Or you might relate to a fable. In fables, animals act and talk like people.
No.
What? It's true. And some fables end with a moral. A moral is a lesson that the fable teaches.
So is it a deal?
Deal. Read us stories and you're free to go.
And so they lit a fire, and Darisha began to read. Her stories amazed and delighted the lion and the snake.
Oh.
Until the moon rose to light their way back home. And they all lived happily ever after. What is your favorite story?
Let's take a look at some of the important words that you'll need to understand as you begin Module 4. The first word is moral. A moral is a lesson in a story. The second word is relate. If you relate to someone, you know how the person feels. And the third word is version. A version is a different or changed form of something. Friends, I am so excited to read the stories that we will be reading in Module 4. So get ready, get set, dig in, and let the fun begin.